Well, good afternoon guys. It's just gone 25 to 5 on Saturday the 12th of October today, and as you can probably just see over my shoulder there, I'm next to a very small river. This is a tributary of the Avon. I've come out just for a few hours this evening. We'll fish just into dark. It should be dark about 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight, maybe fished about 8 o'clock, something like that. Really up here, these stretches, we're looking at roach and chub on the agenda for this evening. First time I've been up this season, up here. It's very overgrown. I don't think anyone else has been up here by the looks of it. So I'm really looking forward to this. Baits I've got with me, very simple: bread, maggots, worms, and I have got a bit of stinky boilie paste that I may use when it gets dark, but we'll just see how things go really. It's going to be a roving session. I'm going to be moving around various different swims, just trying to winkle out a fish here, a fish there. There is one spot about 100 metres downstream from here where I've had some few nice roach out from, so that will be good. I may stick around in there a little bit longer, but yeah, it's going to be a bit of a roving session. So without further ado, I'm going to get a bait on and let's get in the first swim just down here. Fab. I'm scoffing on my maggots already. Look at the the red coming out of his gills. Fab. Gotta love a good gin, haven't you? This is a bit better. A little chublet. There we are, guys. How's about that? Fab. Beautiful condition too. Lovely young looking fish. Fantastic. Didn't expect that from in here. I've had plenty of gudgeon from in here before, but never any chub. I've said that I've only really fished it once. That's brilliant. Fantastic. I love the colour of the rivers coming out on on the footage, but it's absolutely bang on, which, to be honest with you, the reason I came up here. Did think about going to the Avon. The Avon's looking nice at the moment as well. However, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know me and the Avon on Saturday nights don't really get on very well. It's far too busy. Too many dog walkers, boats. So I promised myself last time when I had a bit of a nightmare there, I wouldn't go there again on a Saturday night. And oh, blimey. So I didn't. I came here. As I say, it's a beautiful colour, it's beautiful height. I just wonder if we can have a few nice roach and a few nice chub out. Things are looking good. I'm eating this before it even hits the bottom. Oh, blimey. They're getting crazy in here. Another chub, I would think. Didn't expect this in this swim, I have to say. It's absolutely crazy. Come on. Wow, that's brilliant. This is very unexpected on double maggot in this peg, but clearly I'm not going to complain. They're wonderful looking young fish as well. Beautiful, absolutely fantastic. It's just what the doctor ordered on a Saturday evening. It's either this or stay in and watch Strictly Come Dancing with the my wife and the two girls. I know where I'd rather be. Fab. That's superb. So guys, just before I cast back in, I'll run you through the gear I'm using on this session, because I do tend to get asked on Facebook and Instagram, and people ask what gear I'm using and what I think of it. I've actually got two rods with me this evening, and I'll run you through that, the reason for that in a second. The first one I'm using, the one I'm using at the moment, is the Advanta Discovery RVS River Ambush 5.5 foot, £1.5 test curve. Lovely small little rod, lovely sensitive quiver tip. Really like this rod, I have to say. And I've coupled that with a Shimano 2500 Hyperloop, cheap and cheerful reels, great reels they are. I've got on here some 5-pound line, and I'm using just some shop bought hooks and nylon on here. And as you probably see, I've just got a black cat feeder on at the moment, fished loose. It's just on a quick change swivel, so I can change that to a link ledger, whatever I want really. And under here I've got effectively a sort of anti-tangle sleeve, but what I've done is I put this on the main line rather than on the hook links. Then I don't have to worry about having loads and loads of different ones on the hook links. This is one particular one, I can't think who it's by, I'll put it in the description below, but this anti-tangle sleeve here fits really nicely with a Drennan Quick Change bead inner there. Again, I'll put the link to that down the bottom. And what I do is, obviously it's a quick change, so you can take the hook link on and off there really quickly, and instead of using the bead that comes in the packet, which looks like this, what I do is in between them is I put this, and these quick change beads fit really nicely inside this tail rubber, so that forms your anti-tangle boom, and this is just a little bit of a buffer to stop this riding up over there, that's all. Both rods are set up exactly the same as far as the end gear goes, except there's a link ledger on the other one rather than this black cat feeder. The other rod I've bought is the other one in their River Ambush range, is the £1.75 7 foot, a little bit stiffer. On here I've got some 6-pound line, £5 hook link. This is my own tied hook link, exactly the same setup there, if I can get that in shot, with that anti-tangle sleeve and the quick change, just so I can change hook links really quickly. The idea behind that, I've got a load of hook links tied up, different size hooks, and I can just change really quickly depending on what bait I'm using. So that's the two rods I'm using. On this one I've got one of the Advanta X5 30 reels, lovely little reel as well, cheap as chips too. So I do seem to be advertising angling direct this evening, but you know, I bought them at my own money. There's no sponsorship or anything going on here. All bought with my own money, and I would buy them again. They're superb rods, I have to say, and both superb reels too. So that's the gear. So what I'm going to do is stop talking, get cast back in. Quite interesting as well in here that you can probably see there's quite a current on the other side, and a big slack on the inside, and the fish do seem to be out in the current, which is contrary to what you'd think really. I would have thought certainly the bigger fish as well would be around in the slack, but not at all. Missed up. I'll stick with the double maggot at the moment, just see if we can't have a few different species out. Maybe there's a bit of excuse me, there's a few roach around, or who knows. I may put perhaps some bread on in a minute and use the slightly stiffer rod. The reason I've got that, obviously it's a little bit stiffer, being £1 3/4, a little bit longer, and sort of for more using that in the more snaggy swims, so it got a bit more backbone to pull some angry chub out from under tree roots or around reeds or anything like that. Ooh. Well, I hope you saw that, guys. I'm pretty sure that was a pike. And he did fancy my swim feeder for breakfast, should I say supper. Well, there's a little chub. Oh, well, it definitely is a pike, because he just grabbed this gudgeon and then let go again. You're a very lucky fella. Very lucky escape. There's definitely a pike down here. Very lucky gudgeon. That being that, I'm going to have a couple more casts with the slightly heavier rod. It's got one swan shot link ledger on here. Bearing in mind that pike's not very big. Let's see if perhaps there's half decent chub in here, which is too big for that pike to eat. Just going to run a bit of bread through a couple of times, a bit of bread flake. See if anything fancies it, and I think then we'll move on. Big old splash just around the corner there. So I think we'll have one more run through, I think, and we'll move on. Yep. Just about to reel in as well. That feels massive. Should be a decent scrap. Get at that tree. Get at that tree. Oh, it's a nice one. Wow. Wow. Fantastic. Well guys, wow, look at that. Didn't expect anything like that from this peg. Fished it once before, as I say, and had a gudgeon and that was it, but this time, wow, had a few lovely fish, and I was just about to wind in as well. That's brilliant. Really, really pleased with that. That's fantastic. I'm going to get a little bit more bait in. I think it's time to move on. We may well come back. Brilliant. Well, the roach are here. This one's a little bit chewed by somebody, but they're still here. How did I know that would be a little chub where he went for that snag? Beautiful. And another one. Not giving the roach a chance at the moment. New species? Some days. This is cracking fishing. Well, you're plagued by little chub at the moment. I said this year, sorry, last year the swim used to be full of roach. Well, getting molested by a small chub, put a bit of worm on, and we've caught a slightly bigger chub. But really can't get through to the roach. We're in here. Well guys, really starting to lose the line now, so I'm going to move on. I've got one more spot I want to try before the light completely goes, and then I think perhaps we'll come back to this spot and the other one once it's got dark. But I'm going to go down and have dusk in that other spot because it's a pretty good spot. I mean, I'm catching plenty of fish here, but they're all like this big. And just had the one roach as well. Say last year it was very good for roaches. We fished it a couple of times. I think the tip's banging away. I've got a bit of bread on at the moment, but I think it's just a small fish just pecking away at it. I think it may be worth coming back once it's dark. There we go. Wow. Bit of a nip one, pearl one through the foliage, but we got him. Well guys, there he is, after all that. Mugged me off a couple of times, missed him, but got him in the end. Beautiful. No monster. Some nice fish in this room. I'm going to have a... careful. Have a few more minutes here before we move on back up there. Great. Wow, now that's a proper one. Well, there we are, guys. Another absolutely mint condition fish. Wonderful. This is great sport. I'm absolutely loving this stinky paste that I've bought with me. It's actually a Baitworks Royal Marine. I've made some paste up from the pellets. Put a little bit of booster liquid in it. Really smelly, and they're absolutely nailing it. Loving it. Fab. Right, let's get it back. Well, guys, we're back where we started. I've tried 2 or 3 different spots on the way back here, but haven't had anything else at all. Not a single touch. I've been in here for maybe 10-15 minutes now, and not a knock in here at all. I guess we must have spooked them all earlier when we caught those few chub from here. But it's been a very, very enjoyable session. It's about 8:30 now, so I'm going to call it a day at that, I think. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. I had a fantastic time. Really, really enjoyed that. Tight lines. Enjoy your own angling, and I'll see you again very soon.